Hi, my name is Elliot Jones, and today I'll be talking about powering customer and business outcomes within FSI using Snowflake. So first and foremost, I'd like to set the context for the session today and just discuss briefly about how new technology is changing the way in which we use data within the financial services industry. So first and foremost, we've got the rise of cloud technology, which really gives us the ability to scale and centralize data into a single repository. And also, the explosion of data today. When you think of IoT, mobile, and even social, all opening up opportunities for new insights for data providers. And then we've also got the diversification of analytics. Arguably, every part of an enterprise today is an analyst and becoming more and more data-driven, whether we're looking at backwards-looking reporting or forwards-looking AI and ML use cases. Analytics is going on everywhere within enterprises today. And just to discuss more in depth in terms of the trends that we're seeing shaping financial services industries, harnessing data has become or never been more important because every single financial services industry is facing massive transformation, and it's happening faster than ever before. We're seeing key trends influencing the way in which companies work with data in order to accelerate their digital transformation. First and foremost, we've got the rise of a customer-centric model, and financial services leaders are moving away from an operation where they see customers just as a transaction. And PwC recently, announced that over 75% of leaders are investing in putting their customers at the center of every single interaction they have. And their goal really is to assess the right data about customers and to create hyper-personalized experiences at their fingertips. And this is the case that we see both in consumer and also B2B. The second bucket really is the increased demand for data to power predictive analytics. And data is growing, as I mentioned in the previous slide, at an exponential rate. Take, for example, IoT, wearables, connected cars, home and monitors. And financial services leaders want to understand and have a full pictured view that explains what is happening beyond the four walls of their business. And access to data outside of first party presents a number of opportunities within the banking industry, and use cases can include things like fraud detection, anti-money laundering, customer experience personalization, trading strategies, and credit allocation. And really then the third piece is around digitalization and process automation. And as digital becomes the new standard, thanks to companies like Uber and Amazon, we see efforts in improving mission critical processes such as onboarding, process automation, transaction settlement, to create end-to-end streamlined processes to reduce operational costs and increase employee efficiency. Firms are no longer building from the ground up and rather outsourcing to platform providers that are able to get them to the market faster and allow them to focus on their core financial expertise. And the final area really is around the convergence of financial product and services. And there's an increased competition both from within the industry and also with technology companies. Financial services have greater access to data and insights outside of their organization and have the ability to quickly develop IP and new applications to deliver services at a much lower cost than previously seen. So no matter what the financial service sub-industry, executives are tasked with addressing these trends to assert their place in the market. And the appetite for data and creating a single source of truth grows as it will be a central part of addressing these trends. Now, diving down into from a customer view, and if customers and organizations are to overcome these challenges by reimagining the way that they use data, therein presents a massive opportunity and benefits that they can realize. First and foremost, you can create experiences that are truly personalized to what customers want in that moment, while ensuring that their most sensitive financial data is safe. You can also effectively improve security and governance and compliance without creating limitations to who has has access to what data. We can remove operational bottlenecks and superpower employees' productivity by helping them refocus their days, and also optimize decision-making with additional and enhanced data sets from third parties and partnerships within your ecosystem. So what is the challenge with realizing those goals? And ultimately, it goes back to the legacy systems that are currently in play. When you look at today's architecture and the technology stacks that are deployed within enterprises, first and foremost, there's a lack of cohesive data. Time and time again, I speak to organizations, and there's a lot of data silos within their organization across different data formats, different enterprise applications and data sources. And ultimately, what that means for the business is it's very hard to gain a 360-degree view of their customer experience, of their customer journey. And ultimately, as a business, it becomes very difficult then to look at things like cross-sell and upsell opportunities, and ultimately prevent things like customer churn, identifying loans or credit risks that are at risk of defaulting. The second bucket really is the operational cost and inefficiency. You think of legacy architectures today, there's hardware costs, software costs, maintenance and ongoing sizing and tuning costs, and all of those need time and resources in order to manage and maintain those systems. And ultimately that leads to higher costs due to a lack isolated resources, scale and availability. And then from a data sharing perspective, it becomes slow and cumbersome, whether we're talking about ETL or ELT or FTP for data sharing within your organization or externally as well. And then looking at, the more forward-looking predictive AI and ML modeling, it becomes very difficult to do so in terms of the product innovation. And the third bucket really is around the ineffective and incomplete compliance. A lot of regulatory reporting within the financial services industry is dependent on manual processes still today. And legacy systems can take hours. Sometimes customers I speak to, it takes days, sometimes weeks, to complete complex queries and reporting runtimes. And also breeding then into things like fraud monitoring becomes very hard to prevent that when we're working with difficult and often stale data. And how does Snowflake impact that? Well, first and foremost, if we can have a single source of truth that breaks down all of those internal data silos, we can focus on achieving customer-centric outcomes by gaining visibility into our customer journey, our customer 360, and experience every step of that journey. We can use comprehensive insights to enhance products and policies and offerings that we're bringing to market, and proactively prevent things like customer churn and credit card and loan defaults. From an operations standpoint, ultimately, you need to provide your data scientists and analysts with the right data at the time in which they need it. So we can provide fresh data insights and capitalize on those opportunities within the market. And also to do that, not just seamlessly internally, but also to enrich that data from third-party content that is shared securely and easily. And from a risk mitigation standpoint, we can strengthen risk management by attaining control and visibility over that exponentially growing data, and help navigate and deliver on the changing regulatory requirements on the fly. And ultimately leverage insights to track and measure governance to combat fraud and mitigate operational risk. So taking a look at the Snowflake platform, there are some key features that allow us to enable all of this business benefit. First and foremost, Snowflake provides a single governed location for all data types, be it structured data or semi-structured data such as JSON, XML, Parquet files. And to put that in a single source of truth, one copy of the data that can support many different key workloads. And Snowflake is deployed on public cloud, which gives you the ability to have unlimited scalability for faster and concurrent data analysis. And from a BI and reporting standpoint, we can seamlessly integrate into the tools that are used day to day by BI and reporting teams. And we can also share data seamlessly, both internally between different business units, but also externally with third-party data providers. And we can do this with high availability, and we're deployed across multi-cloud. So we're available. It doesn't matter whether you're in different regions, different cloud providers, and that is all done and delivered as a service by Snowflake with near zero maintenance. So a big move away from that traditional on-premise architecture that we're seeing within FSI customers. And ultimately, going down into the platform in a bit more detail, as you can see here, Snowflake provides a single source of truth that can support 6 key workloads, from data engineering, data lakes, and data warehouses. We've got many customers that use Snowflake for all of those key workloads, but also building their data science and AI/ML practices on top of Snowflake, as well as data applications and also data sharing. So whether you're looking at data monetization, operational reporting, ad hoc or real-time analytics, it can all be done from Snowflake on that single source of truth. And just to double click on the data sharing capability, this is something that is really truly unique to Snowflake, and something that all of our customers within financial services are really making the most of in terms of opportunity. So the Snowflake Data Marketplace empowers financial services customers with relevant, live, and ready to query data types such as demographic data, mobility, weather, health, and even financial and economic data. And sourcing necessary data to solve the pressing business challenges has never been easier using Snowflake. Snowflake's marketplace has more than 100 data providers, including the data sets relevant for financial services. You can see here that there are a few of the data categories and providers available on our marketplace. And our approach to data sharing is quite unique to us. So unlike traditional ways of sourcing data, such as copying files over FTP or deploying your own custom APIs, when you source data through the marketplace, you're accessing the live data set. And providers update their data and you have instant access to the most recent data available. In addition to commercial data sets, we also make available data collected from SaaS providers that your organization is currently using today. And we make it easier to bring these data sets together. And lastly, the data sets can be made available globally, as I mentioned, across multiple different clouds. So no matter which platform or region you're using, you can securely access all of those data sets. And finally, down into the solution summary. So Snowflake for financial services, if you look at, in summary, Snowflake delivers a superior technology solution through a single platform for all data types, irrespective of data source or format, with unlimited user and workload scale. You have instant access to second and third party data that is extremely secure with a low overhead. We offer instant elasticity, and to do this in the most cost-effective way possible. This enables financial services organizations to inexpensively store all of their data in a single globally available, strongly governed data platform, to share data across numerous subsidiaries, businesses, and data partners, and to execute advanced analytical modeling and make smarter business decisions. As a result, Snowflake's financial services customers are leveraging real-time insights to meet customer experience objectives, make more strategic business decisions, and increase operational efficiency and processes, and ultimately deliver on regulatory and risk management and compliance requirements as and when needed. We have proven customer success within the industry, and firms value our commitment to continuous trust and transparency through our stringent security measures. So the last thing I'll touch upon is a story about one of our biggest banking customers globally, Capital One Bank. And very similar to a lot of organizations facing legacy challenges, Capital One really struggled with their on-premise Hadoop environment, having to cater for concurrent data users and also complex performance issues around data science, AI and ML workloads. And moving to Snowflake, we were able to deliver unlimited concurrency and really democratize data across their enterprise. To do this at scale, Snowflake is currently managing 14 times the amount of data that Capital One used to manage on-premise. premise. Again, testament to the unlimited scalability in which Snowflake can scale. And to do that at the speed in which analysts need it, and they can actively make smarter, faster business decisions. And in summary, Snowflake's proven by close to 4,000 customers. Financial services is a very strong sector for us, as you can see by the logos on the slide. If you have any questions, please do let me know.